Good morning, fellow ticket holders. Today we're just hanging out at the Contemporary. I realized I didn't do an intro yet, so before we are just hanging out by the pool, we went over to the Grand Floridian Cafe this morning and had breakfast. We really enjoyed our breakfast there. We think that's our favorite breakfast on property. I really enjoyed my food there. So at this point, we actually had rented a cabana and the weather wasn't really looking too good, but yesterday wasn't either, and it became a good day. So we decided we'd see how today goes. So we decided to keep our reservation. So here's a quick look at the cabanas here at the Contemporary Resort. Our cabana is located here at the Quiet Pool, and there's one more cabana that's here with it. Quiet Pool is also known as a bullseye pool, but we're currently the only people here in the pool area. There is two other cabanas over in the main pool for the Contemporary, and doesn't look like anybody are there as well. So we're just gonna hang out here by the pool today. Right now it looks like the sun's trying to peek out, so if we're lucky, it'll come out today and we'll have a wonderful time just hanging out at the pool at the Contemporary Resort. Excuse me, you two. We're trying to relax in here. Excuse me. What are you doing? You're being very loud. Yes, I'm looking at you. What? What? Alright, so we were just rained out of our cabana, which is okay. Basically, we heard some thunder happening and we were like, are they going to make us leave? And then all of a sudden they came over and told us that they were going to need to let us leave the cabana. And we definitely needed to get out of there because the cabana itself is not waterproof. So it started to push in and get us wet. The roof was leaking down on me on the chair. So I definitely need to get out of there when it's raining. But man, look at this rain coming down again. We at least walked away with the most important part. Grabbed a few sodas, the last water, and our fruit plate that we were to get. Can't wait to try this out. So for lunch, I'm headed over to Contempo Cafe. I'm gonna try their meat lovers flatbread. Contempo Cafe order acquired. Here it is. This is the meat lover flatbread from the Contempo Cafe. We're gonna eat that for lunch, and as I said, we're gonna now eat our fruit platter that came with our Cabana. Have a Diet Coke and a Sprite. All right, so we forgot to talk about the flatbread pizza from the Contempo Cafe. We had their meat lover one. So what did you think of the meat lover flatbread at lunch?
I thought it surprised me, to be honest. Everyone has had mixed reviews about Contempo Cafe, but this is a really solid flatbread pizza. It was simple. It was very flavorful. I share a lot with Chad, and it was a big portion, and it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the flatbread as well. For what it is, from where you get it from, it's an excellent choice. Really enjoyed that. Don't expect amazing pizza. I would say it's better than the other pizzas that may be served by Disney that have the big thick crust, unless you really like it. So to be a flatbread, really enjoyed that one.
We had eaten that with our fruit that we had gotten from the Cabana. And fruit is always hit or miss at Disney World.
Yep.
It's either ripe or not ripe. It just depends on when they prepare it. Unfortunately, the pineapple was the only thing that was ripe from our fruit platter.
And the grapes. Because you can't really get...
You can't go bad
unless they're
grapes.
bad grapes, but they were good.
Other than that, it was really refreshing.
Alright, so it's that time in our trip when we do our laundry. We would do it in a couple of days, but we had to reschedule our Epcot day. So we will be at Epcot at the end of the trip. I'm headed down to the laundry room to do our laundry. And so here's the laundry room here at Bay Lake Towers. Nothing fancy. You got the vending machine where you can buy your soap and your fabric softener if you don't have any. You get 6 dryers and 3 washing machines. 2 chairs there, 2 chairs there if you need to sit, and a folding table. So eventually the weather did turn really nice. We've actually just been sitting out here on our balcony all afternoon, enjoying the views and the nice weather. But now we're going to head into the Contemporary Resort and do the wave for dinner.
So something else that really surprised us was at the Wave for dinner. We have also heard mixed reviews from there. We've heard good things, we've heard bad things, depending on what item you get. Chad, what did you get again?
So I had the pork tenderloin with the barbecue sauce on top. Came with their cheddar grits and the broccolini. I really enjoyed this one. I had heard that it was actually one of the better items on their main menu. And I agree, it was really good. But you ended up getting the famous bacon and eggs. What did you think of those?
I'm part of DVC Fan on Face Group, and they hyped that up like crazy. It's a one and done for me though, because it was really rich. It was really flavorful, very rich, a little heavy, even though it's appetizer size. I'm glad I got to try it though. The grits are my absolute favorite from the Wave. They're these like just delicious texture, and they're very cheesy, and I highly recommend it. At least you try at least once.
I got to taste it, and I agree. I did like it, but I think for an entree or for an item, I enjoyed my pork tenderloin better. But yeah, it was good, but it may have been a little bit overhyped from the Disney community.
Yeah, as all things are. But we always like to try them for ourselves before we make that final decision. And I'm glad we did. We also had the 7-layer cake, which is also hyped up by the Disney community. It was really delicious.
Yeah, I really liked it. The best part is on that bottom layer, it has like a chocolate crunch layer, and that was the best part. Other than that, for an actual chocolate cake, as you had said when we were eating it, it kind of just reminds me of a grocery store cake. Not saying that that's bad. We really enjoy our cake from the grocery store locally here, and so it was good. But to hype it up saying it's the best dessert and on their secret menu right now. I wouldn't say it was the best dessert.
It's also really huge and shareable.
Yeah. And with it, because we were getting cake and we were celebrating our 8-year anniversary, they brought us that celebration ice cream scoop of vanilla ice cream. And that was just vanilla bean ice cream, nothing special. So it did help to have the ice cream with the cake so that it cuts through, just like when you have cake and ice cream at a celebration. So this was our first time trying the wave for dinner, and I would say we would highly recommend it. So the final thing we need to talk about is our experience with the Cabana there at the Contemporary Resort. What did you think of the Cabana?
So I have always wanted to do this because the only other time we had gotten a Cabana was on a Disney Cruise Line, and it is very different from that. So I wanted to check it out this trip. It was our 8-year anniversary. We wanted to do something special. It's fairly easy to book. You have to call WDW Play, or if you're a DVC member, you could call Member Services, but just know that both will get you that discount if you're a DVC member. Also, make sure to check day of if you're at the resort. Sometimes they have some available, sometimes they don't. There are only 3 locations to get them at: Beach Club, Grand Floridian, and Contemporary. And they're all very different. For what we had it for, because as you could see, it started to rain, I enjoyed myself. The Cabana comes with a few amenities, as you could tell. It comes with full day towel rentals. It comes with a refrigerator where you could put your own items, and it comes with soft drinks and water, which can be refilled if you ask them for. There's always a cast member coming by to check up on us, which I thought was really awesome. There's also a safe if you happen to go out. We really enjoyed ourselves at the Cabana. I think it's a great way to get some shade from the sun if you're sensitive to sun. It's a great way to relax.
Yeah, I enjoyed the time in the Cabana, the half a day or so that we had. It was very relaxing, especially with nobody around the pool. With that said, with our view of the room facing that pool, there were times when there were kids actually at the quiet pool, and they weren't so quiet. So I think if we would have been able to stay longer in the day, or if it was a excellent weather day, that if the kids came around to use that pool instead of using the feature pool, you might find it to be a little bit too noisy. So for what we experienced, the few hours we had, and having the whole area to myself, I really enjoyed the time that we had at our Cabana. Alright, so that will conclude our day 4 of our trip.
Even though we got rained out, we still had a really fun day at Bay Lake Towers and Contemporary Resort with all the various eating that we did, and we met up with a friend, and we had a really good time, and I would really like to stay there again.
So until the next video, be safe, be kind, and adventure on. Bye! Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to our channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below.